we're going to be doing in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah. I guess we're live now.
All right.
Are we?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh.
Yeah, we're live, yeah.
And now dead silence after that. The realization we're live.
Mary Shaw.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Horror Nights podcast. Horror Nights Updaters. Shit, I screwed up our own title. But seriously, thank you for joining us tonight. Taking time out of a very fun Monday, hopefully, to listen to us ramble about ScareL.A and stuff like that.
Yeet.
Joining us tonight are the usual Victor
What's up?
and some guests that need no introduction, Tristan,
What up?
James,
What's up?
and of course the always wonderful Sir Owen Disney.
Hello, everyone.
My name is Aaron, and you're listening to the Horror Nights Updaters podcast. So, a few days ago, a certain maze was announced. What was the movie again?
Halloween.
No,
Some-
it wasn't. No, it wasn't Halloween, man.
Yeah, Halloween. There you go. None of us have seen that movie, right?
No, I've actually never have, dude.
Yeah, they
I think
have that.
I think it's original. I don't know.
Yeah, that whole Michael Shatner thing going on. It's kind of weird.
That gives new meaning to Rescue 911.
For real, right?
Oh my god. But seriously, Halloween is returning to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights here in Hollywood.
Yeet.
Yeah, buddy. Of course, this maze will be considerably different from Hollywood's previous incarnation back in 2009.
Mhm.
And what are some of the details on that?
Um,
He didn't really say much.
Well, that's the thing. I think Marty said it hits home to the obviously original Halloween, and didn't he say the second and third?
He said that there was going to be elements from the second and third movie in it, but the maze is going to focus.
Focus on the original Halloween, right? But I was just saying, is it bringing some things from season the Halloween 2 or Halloween 3?
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
That's what I thought.
What's something else? Something else. What do you say? Oh, yeah. This maze is going to have certain paranormal elements to it.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of weird when you say it like that, but the way he explained it is a lot of the effects he used in previous paranormal mazes, such as Insidious, La Llorona, El Cucuy, and stuff like that. Like a Pepper's Ghost effect from projection. Little cool niche effects like that will be popping up in this maze to kind of emphasize that Michael Myers is this force of nature.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting take on it. I really have no opinion on it. I think it's one of those things that
I think.
you can either mess it up really badly or it can be pretty awesome.
Well, I agree. I think it's kind of like a ballsy move, to be honest. It's something that normally I wouldn't see why this would be something, incorporated. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't seem right. But I think it's going to be pretty interesting, and I think that's what makes it more exciting to go see this house.
Yeah, it's a very interesting take on the original movie.
Yeah.
But
Now,
when he first announced it, it was kind of weird, right? Like everybody in the room was like, "Wait, what? What was the original title for the maze? The Ghost of..."
No, the original maze was going to be called the Ghost of Michael Myers, but then he said Michael's not dead, so they changed it to Halloween Michael Comes Home.
Correct. So that's just kind of showing you that this maze really is going to play on those paranormal aspects of Halloween.
right, but I mean, hear me out though. Paranormal in Hollywood has been the most successful house in Hollywood, being Insidious. So I think he's going to try to incorporate Halloween being one of the best houses as well in Hollywood. I think incorporating some of the paranormal things, I think this might be like one of the best houses, to be honest.
I mean, and my opinion is I'm looking forward to it. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I think we all definitely are looking forward to it for sure, but just
But see, I'm interested in seeing, because he did say that you're going to enter the Michael Myers house and you're going to exit the Michael Myers house. So I want to see how
Right.
how that's going to play out.
to be honest, I think they're going to incorporate something on the lines of like American Werewolf, where the transition scenes of like the transformation scenes. You know how you went through two of the transformation scenes. I think that's going to be similar to how Halloween's set up as well, where you're literally going to go to the next from Halloween, the original Halloween to Halloween 2 to Halloween 3, and then kind of mix it back and forth. I think that's how it's going to kind of play out.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I mean, what I'm interested in is seeing how they're going to do the projections, like for where you see him at the hedge and then you don't see him, like the Pepper
Well,
Ghost.
To be fair, to be fair, I think that's going to be the scene where like the village was, where Dracula was, also the cave for El Cucuy, because that's kind of the like outside part of the venue. So I think that's kind of where they're going to utilize that scene. Because honestly, I can't really see it being indoors. I mean, that to me, that would be the most ideal place to put that scene.
I mean, I agree with you on that.
Because I mean, I don't know, that just seems like the best way. But I mean, I could be wrong. But
Overall, it's very interesting, right? It's an IP, but it's kind of mixed with original elements to it.
Yeah.
The facade kind of being this haunted version of the Myers house, the ghost of his victims being in there.
Right.
It's not something that I think a lot of people expected, but it's one of those things when you hear it, it's like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't think about that.
Here, though, I mean, what else can you do with Halloween? If you bring it back,
kind of expected.
Yeah, but I mean, if you bring it back, I mean, Murdy even kind of said, like us bringing it back, we learned from the things we didn't do in 2009, and now we're going to incorporate those things and do better. The things that we did really well in 2009, we're going to incorporate those, and then the things that we need to improve in 2009 are going to be improved in this version. And I think that's what comes with the paranormal.
That's kind of what I was alluding to. I think we were all kind of expecting, okay, Orlando did it the previous year, so we're going to see a lot of that house in our house this year. But
I think
it kind of swerved all of us.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of us, when Halloween was announced, and obviously being that on the table before the announcement, I think a lot of us were just like, oh great, it's just another Halloween movie, it's just going to be what Orlando's version and 2009's version in Hollywood. So I think it's completely a different aspect that none of us were prepared for, and I think that's what makes it something unique, and I think it's something that makes it more dispensable to actually go to,
Well, see, the stuff I'm interested in seeing how they're going to improve the scenes from 2009, like to the scenes, the babysitter murders and the tombstone. I want to see how they're going to improve those rooms from the 2009 to this maze in 2015.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, I mean, you've had 2 years of experience with Halloween because you had Orlando's version and Hollywood's version. So I definitely think we're going to incorporate some things from Orlando as well as some things from the 2009 version and some things we've never seen before.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really interested in seeing this maze.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't really got Vic's or Owen's opinion, so I kind of wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you guys think about Halloween being announced, and what do you guys think about it coming to Hollywood?
Kind of before we go into that, I just wanted to ask Owen and Victor, since they primarily go to Orlando, what were their thoughts on Orlando's take on Halloween last year?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I loved the last year's house. I went through it twice, especially being a spring tent house. It felt like a soundstage. It was that good, and just I like how it felt claustrophobic. If you get what I mean, because they were so close to you.
Uh-huh.
and it just felt like you kind of felt like they were in your personal space, and that kind of gets you like a little like creeped out when someone's that close to your face, and the whole car and everything is cool. And I think from what I've seen and that what I watched the whole presentation from ScareL.A, I think the maze is gonna be really cool in Hollywood again.
Yeah, no.
Especially that Pepper's Ghost effect, because I think they can do it. They could do it inside Tristan if they wanted to, because Orlando has done that plenty of times inside with the Pepper's Ghost effect.
Okay.
Yeah, they did it in Dead End, and they've done it with Bloody Mary, and they did it with a few other houses too, I believe.
So it's definitely something that they can do for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm glad too that they're doing again for those who weren't able to go through the first time. We'll be able to see it this time and experience how awesome the house can be.
Yeah.
And the drawing looked amazing.
That concept art got me happy.
Looked really cool.
So, Owen, what do you think are your thoughts?
Well, it was going to take a lot to even get close to what I thought about American Werewolf in 2013. And Halloween definitely did that and then some. I mean, like I said, ask me on whichever day, I'm going to say either Halloween or Werewolf being my favorite houses without a doubt.
Werewolf.
Yeah, oh God, I can't wait. But the thing is,
excellent.
Well, we went through Halloween like 8 times, and then we got to go through Halloween. It was just me and my friend Joe by ourselves, and everybody was targeting us. That was an experience that I definitely recommend if you can get it. Mm-hmm. And the claustrophobic feeling that Vic was talking about, and I really like that the mannequin room with the static Michael Myers figures, and then you had this character in there, and the strobe light was going off, and you didn't know who was who, and I really love that. I loved when you walked into the trick-or-treaters from Season of the Witch. I thought that was really cool. And that was a really great, like, cheap scare that got a lot of people, and I saw a lot of people get caught with it. I love the use of the Silver Shamrocks commercial. I wish they would have done a little bit more with it in Orlando, but they didn't. I love the car being in the maze. I thought that was awesome. Mm-hmm. And the ambiance, setting the mood, hearing the score as you're walking slowly to that house, and you literally look up and you see the projection effects and you see the kill happen on the right, and then, of course, the thing that everybody makes fun of, Michael's face comes at you and then glass breaks, Halloween. It was just incredible, absolutely incredible. And I think that it's not going to necessarily be 2009. I don't think it's necessarily going to be in Orlando. I think it's going to be like a mixture of both with a little bit of extra thrown inside as well. Because from what I was getting from Murdy's description, just listening to it, it sounded like a lot of the things that we did last year. Well, but of course, I know 2009 was first because we took it from 2009.
But to be fair as well, Orlando's version, based off reviews, because some people did get to experience it in 2009 and then got to experience Orlando's version, and a lot of people said Orlando's version was better. But keep in mind, I mean, that's completely like, 4 years difference or so, and that's a huge difference of learning new things and learning what's good and what's bad. And that's kind of what Murdy was saying, too, with this Halloween coming to Hollywood this year for 2015. They've had so much more to learn, and I think they're just going to really focus on what is good, and that's what's going to make this even better in 2009's version.
It's going to be a stellar maze, without a doubt, and I know it's going to be a fan favorite.
And when you guys were saying about the claustrophobic area, I think that's why it's in the Parisian Courtyard, because the Parisian Courtyard is such a small venue. It's definitely one of the smallest venues in Hollywood, and I think that's why Murdy wants to get that claustrophobic type of feel, because honestly, that's what the movies are like. You know what I'm saying? They're just put you in that aspect, And they make you feel so like on the edge, and that's kind of what Murdy wants to get at with this Halloween.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that is true. I mean, Persian Courtyard is the smallest venue, and I'm actually kind of happy you decided to put it up there because, you're gonna feel like you're in the house, like you can't get out, like the killer's coming to get you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely going to feel like Michael is right there, and like, it's a small venue, and I think it's one of the underestimated venues, I think, in Hollywood. A lot of people don't really like that venue, because it's such a small venue and there's no tent. You can't put a tent over it. So there's a lot of exposed scenes, but I feel like it's such a perfect location for Halloween. I don't know. I think Halloween is definitely going to bring that venue to life. I think they're going to utilize that venue really well. And here's the thing. It's Halloween. That has a lot of reputation on the line, right, on its name itself.
Exactly.
So it's definitely not going to be a bad house at all.
No, no way.
Yeah.
And, hearing the descriptions and hearing things, I mean, obviously 2009's was a very huge success in Hollywood's, and 2014's in Orlando, and now 2015 is just going to even be the best. So
yeah,
that's what's going to be really cool.
Owen.
Yes.
So I'm being very familiar with Halloween in Orlando. What would you like to see Hollywood do with Halloween that kind of incorporates what Orlando did with the IP?
I really wish you guys could get the car scene, because that scene was awesome. Being able to have an actual car inside the maze was just amazing.
Yeah, I
And
saw a video of that. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't
fun.
think you can do it.
No, there's no way to do it with that venue. Like you said, it's so small. But the thing is, it's great because you're standing out in line, you're hearing the music, and you're hearing the sound effects, and you're hearing the horn go off every once in a while. And you're wondering what's going on with that. And you finally get into the garage, and you see Michael choking her in the car. It was just an awesome scene.
Yeah.
It was just a great visual in itself.
Yeah, totally.
A lot closer. Like, I know video is only one thing. I understand that, but that's all I've got to go on. But watching the video, I don't think that Michael got close enough in some places. I think he got closer than Orlando did last year.
Sorry to interrupt you. You're talking about 2009, right?
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. I was like, are you talking about Orlando's? I was like, okay, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No worries. Like, okay, for example, last night, and Vic, you'll remember this, when they did the Bob kill in the kitchen, Michael was kind of far away from us. In Hollywood in 2009, he was right up in your face. I thought that was cool. I like that. I really hope you utilize the trick-or-treaters like we did, because they just came around the corner and they would just nail you. That was awesome.
I love that transition they had where it looks like we were leaving the houses and going outside.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
I think that it's going to be a great maze this year. I think that it's going to incorporate a lot of things we've seen, a lot of things we haven't seen, and I have complete faith in Hollywood to be able to come up with an amazing experience.
Well, here's my thing. In Hollywood in 2009, did they have like an actual, like, I don't know, I guess, I don't really know how to say this. Did they have somebody help on the maze? Did they have John Carpenter or like Malakad help with that? Did they have that?
I think they did because 2009 was like the first year they did Halloween, so I think that they did get some help, but we don't know who actually helped with 2009.
They got a COD.
He did help in 2009?
Yeah, but from what it seems like, he's a lot more involved this year.
That's what I was gonna say, because usually, like, for example, you have John Landis with American Werewolf, real quick. But he's super involved in Orlando's house, and he was super involved in Hollywood's house. So, like, Crimson Peak, again, you have Del Toro. Like, now you have Malakad helping with Halloween. I feel like, you have somebody that, obviously has been involved with the Halloween franchise for, gosh, how long? I don't even know. And his whole life, pretty much. And so he's going to give that extra tone, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to give that extra spot.
He's going to bring that another level of authenticity to it.
That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why I was saying, compared to 2009, did they, like, have, like, a special guest or a secret consultant, I should say, or consultant helping on Halloween 2009? And if they did, they didn't really have a big portion, where this year they have a huge portion of Malakad helping.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the 2009, since I went through it, I can see a lot of different stuff from the 2009 to the Orlando's version to this year's version.
Right.
And 2009, in my opinion, it didn't feel like Halloween to me. it just
did or it didn't.
it didn't feel like it to me. It felt like it was like they didn't know what they were doing for 2009 version. It just thought like, here's Halloween, here's an icon. Some of the stuff was cool in there, but a lot of it was just, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, though, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. And I didn't get to experience it in 2009. I've expressed this multiple times. I didn't go to the event until later on, 2010. But the point is it was one of the #1 houses in Hollywood. So I feel like it did pretty successful to be #1. I don't think they did that bad in 2009.
Well, no. What I'm saying is they didn't do it that bad. It was good, but I just think that it didn't. In my opinion, it didn't feel like scary enough. Like this year's, I'm looking like it's gonna be more scary. Like
No, I got what you're saying. Like, it just didn't really hit home to the franchise. Where this year they're really going to hit key to the franchise. I got you.
The masks looked fucked up.
Yeah, they really did, and that video at least I saw.
Yeah. Oh, well, hear me out. Murdy even said that pretty much. Like, I think they said the hardest thing to actually sculpt was the mask. For out of everything they've done, the mask was the hardest thing to sculpt for Halloween. And Murdy's saying literally they nailed it this year.
Yeah, he said that Larry Bones made sure that the mask was more authentic this year.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, it's such a iconic figure. Like even what Malik Todd said, like literally everybody just sees that the mask. They already know who that is. Everybody knows. You don't even have to be a fan of horror to know who that is.
It's Bill Shatner.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think is because they actually saw the original mask they used in the movie. That really helped a lot to develop better masks for this year.
Murdy said they literally got the original mask, and he was literally analyzing it for hours, looking at the finest little details, like the finest little details that you normally would not even really care about, but he really wants to make it authentic. And that's what Murdy said. That's what's going to be the most big changer is the masks are going to be authentic to the movie. They're literally going to look like the movie. Where 2009's version really didn't look like the movie.
And you could tell for the 2009 version, they didn't really have a lot of people helping with it. Compared to this year, from what John Ray was talking about at ScareL.A, like they're having so many people help to make this maze much better.
Well, yeah, and well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, Halloween is definitely going to be one of the heavier promoted properties in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
You can't really screw up the most heavily promoted property, and it's already been done in the past, so let's improve the things, and I think that's what Murdy's going to do. He's literally going to improve on the things that weren't good in 2009. Like we said, the masks. I think the masks weren't as good as in 2009. That's something they're improving on.
Right.
I think a big contributing factor also is money, budget-wise.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Budget was a lot smaller in 2009, and you know they did fine for what it was. But I think I understand what James is talking about when the 2009 maze didn't really feel like the film.
Right.
When you go through that maze, a lot of the environments weren't it's kind of hard to explain. A lot of the environments didn't really resemble their movie counterpart.
I got it.
Whereas the ones in Orlando's 2014 maze, when you walked into a certain room, you're like, oh, I know exactly what this is.
Exactly.
I got you. So it was kind of like, to be honest, it was like a less detailed, I guess. It just really didn't. It just kind of felt like they didn't have enough money to actually build the house the way it should have been.
Exactly. And when you go through it like 10 nights like I did in 2009, you can actually tell that they didn't have enough to do a good maze. Like this year, the maze is going to be awesome because they're going to have the resources. They're going to have the.
What?
They're going to have the resources. They're going to have the help to make it a good maze. So.
Gotcha.
I think 2009's maze was actually really amazing, but you know, I understand they were limited budget.
I liked what I saw.
I'm kind of confused, like, you know, it's just like everybody's talking about how it's so amazing, and now I'm hearing you guys say that. That's why I was kind of confused, but now I actually understand why you guys are stating that, because now it actually makes sense, you know, that, but, I mean, what Aaron stated earlier, it's a less budget back then. You didn't have as much money funded for Horror Nights as much now. I mean, you're talking the budget's probably tripled the amount it was in 2009. So now you have more money coming in, so that means more detail and more things, and then you have more involvement in the projects, and I think that's ultimately key when you actually have somebody that's been involved with the horror franchise of Halloween his whole life, like Morgan God has.
Exactly.
So I think
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
my question is, I wonder if Carpenter will be involved in this year, even though it really doesn't seem that way. I wonder if Carpenter may have a little help on that. And I wonder if Carpenter will be in Hollywood to see the house on opening night.
That's true, because when we knew that Halloween was going to be announced at ScareL.A, we all thought that John Carpenter was going to be the special guest.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's true. I mean,
I'm just wondering, maybe Malekith is going to have a more impact, but John Carpenter can still help on it. I'm just curious if that's the case, because Murdy was kind of hinting to that, like John Carpenter, he was kind of hinting to that during the presentation.
Well, and here's the question I got to ask you guys: do you think John Carpenter's like, I'm going to help, but I want to stay out of the light? I'm going to help you, but like just not like people.
Like, what are you trying to say is, like, he's giving him credit, so he's working on something, but like don't like expose it, don't spread it everywhere. Just
a secret consultant.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like, let me go underground. Let me just go underground and let's
go to tunnels.
Smoking
yeah, like
cigarettes.
literally.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
To be honest, I doubt that. John Carpenter has such a name on his line. Honestly, this would just be even more to add to it. Like, hey, John Carpenter's working with Horror Nights. I seriously doubt that would be the case. I can't imagine John Carpenter be like, yeah, I'm going to work on a maze and just not say I worked on it. I just can't see that happening, especially with the birth of his own, basically, movie. I can't see that happening.
Okay. I just was asking.
No.
Motherfucker.
That's just my opinion. I mean, could be wrong.
I never really thought about that. It's funny, right, that it's the second time Hollywood does it, and
Right.
Orlando did it last year, but John Carpenter hasn't really been involved in any of them.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, too. Is John Carpenter been involved in Orlando's version?
No.
Who was involved in Orlando's version?
Malekith God.
Oh, God.
Oh, geez, that guy. But,
Him and Jason Blum.
God.
All right, so what's up here?
But I was just going to ask, Victor kind of knows more about horror films than of us. When's the last time Carpenter has actually worked on anything Halloween related? Like, I know the only film he actually did was the.
God. I want to say. Was he involved with H2O? I don't think so.
Huh.
That's a good question, Aaron. I know he did the music for Halloween 3. Other than that, I'm not sure if he did anything else with Halloween.
Yeah, it's interesting because you would think he'd
Jamie Lee Curtis has done more, I think.
This is really interesting.
She did 5 films? Was it 5?
4 or 5, I think it was
Around there.
1, 2, H2O. Yeah, it was 4. Halloween 1, 2, H2O, and the beginning of Resurrection. That's 4.
So here's a question kind of just for all of you.
Sure.
If there is one thing you would want to see in this maze, what would it be?
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Shit?
Wow.
Someone's just in the bathroom.
Uh,
Close the door.
No, that's a hard-ass question, because here's the thing. I don't know all the plans for the house this year. So,
Tristan wants to see Busta Rhymes.
Nope.
Trick or treat, motherfucker!
honestly, I'm going to get so much hate, but I want to see Rob Zombie in it. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck's wrong?
Oh,
Get out of here.
God.
He wants to see a black horse.
I'm just kidding.
John is going to come through the wall at your house right now,
Just
right
break down
behind
the
you, and we'll
window.
see it on camera, and he will jump you.
I could just picture John like just drinking water and just spitting it out. He has no idea why he's spitting the water out, but all of a sudden he just spits it out because he's in anger. All of a sudden,
Was he
Turns it
Triple
into
H?
fire.
yeah, he's just, like, he's just angry. All of a sudden, he just doesn't know why.
Time to play the game.
John's the game now, apparently.
Well, to be fair, I kind of want to just see Halloween itself because I have not experienced it. So therefore, I don't care exactly what they do. I just want to see Michael Myers. That's what I want to see because I've never got to experience it in the past. So that's kind of what I just want to see. I don't have a specific scene I want to see from the Halloween franchise, and I just want to see Michael Myers.
All right. Well, for me, there's one scene I want to see. It's from the second film where she's running down the hallway to an elevator, getting away from Michael Myers in the hospital elevators. That would be a scene I would see live in a Halloween maze.
That'd be pretty cool.
What about you, Owen?
Honestly, it's that one scene I really want to see is the thing that they were talking about, You Can't Kill the Boogeyman, which is supposed to be the finale of the house. I really want to see a scene where you think he's down, then all of a sudden he's laying there and he does the Undertaker setup and he just stares at you. I think that'd be a great way to end the maze.
Well, I could feel like that energy. You'd feel so like, what the hell, dude? Like you would feel so creeped out. I would.
I think it'd be amazing.
I was like, what the fuck? Just like Michael Myers just staring you down. Like that'd be sick.
What about you, Vic? Is there a scene from any of the Halloween movies you want to see?
Let's see. They should have like that scene from Halloween 3. Like the bugs are just coming out of the kid's head.
You could do the jacuzzi scene.
Jacuzzi scene.
I did.
Murdy said he wants to do that.
I noticed something about 2009 that was different in our house. That was in your maze.
Two guys in the jacuzzi. Tristan's like, oh yeah.
When you see the Judith Myers tombstone, in Hollywood, I noticed that she was dressed. In Orlando, she's like her shirt's unbuttoned, and you see her like her underclothes.
Yeah, she was almost naked.
I missed out on that.
Her bra and her underwear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was in Orlando last year.
I missed out on that. God damn it!
Tristan, you want to see a naked mannequin?
When you first walk in the house, that's the first thing you see when you see it on the wall with the Sam Hain on the wall, and then you see the steps, and laying on the steps you see a mannequin with underwear and bra. Well, it's done twice in the house.
Okay, well I thought it was a real person, so fuck you.
Oh, that's great. All right, what about you, Aaron? Is there a scene you want to see live in a Halloween maze?
I don't really know. I didn't really think you were gonna throw that question back at me. Shoot.
Yeah. Well, you threw it to us. Now we're throwing it back to you.
Okay, the movie is terrible.
James used mirror move.
Oh God.
What?
But Halloween Resurrection, it's a terrible movie. I get it.
No.
Thinking about some of the scenes in that house, it would kind of work for ours, right? Because we're going to have the dilapidated Myers house.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And there's this one scene. There's this one scene where this dude is looking through the mirror. I forgot his name. He's not important. He's a redcoat. But he's looking through the mirror, and then Michael is hiding behind it. The wall's kind of like this fox wall, so somebody gets in there, and he breaks through the mirror, and he grabs this dude's head, and he takes him in.
That would be awesome to see.
I kind of want to see something like that. I don't know. Since they're kind of playing up this whole paranormal element.
Yeah, that would be something.
Stuff like that, where it's like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that scene from H2O too, where Jamie Lee Curtis shuts the door and she looks up at the circled window and they're both looking at each other.
Yeah, that was.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I like that scene.
I like anything H2O. I really like H2O. Oh shit.
Okay, here's a question that's going to make you guys tear your nuts out. If you had to choose from Halloween 5 or Halloween Resurrection, which one would it be?
Oh god.
To be amazed.
To be a maze. Is that what you said, Aaron?
The mask in Halloween 5 was god awful.
For me, I would choose Halloween Resurrection.
How about you, Owen?
Resurrection.
Yeah, I guess I had to go with Resurrection. Part 5 was just awful. Minus Daniel Harris.
What about you, Tristan?
Rhymes. Fans.
Can I
Wait, what?
choose H2O?
The question
Yeti. What's up?
the question is, if you had to choose between Halloween 5 and Halloween Resurrection, which one would you want to see as a maze?
To be fair, I've never seen Resurrection.
Oh,
So
It's on Netflix. Go watch it.
is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. So I would say Halloween 5.
the dude from American Pie is in there.
Oh, God.
The one that bangs Tara Reid.
what?
Okay,
Rookie of the Year.
what's up?
Thomas Ian Nicholas. Yeah.
Yep.
Rookie of the Year.
Daniel Stern.
So is Resurrection really that shitty though?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have it as a guilty pleasure.
Well, the first 10 minutes are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, the ending is terrible.
The question is, what makes it so bad though?
The
Dude, it has
acting,
Busta Rhymes in there.
the writing.
Did it really have Busta Rhymes?
Yeah. Dude, he does karate.
Dude, he punches Michael Myers in the nuts.
What?
Oh my God, that one scene where the chick is trying to get out of the house, and she gets out there the window, and they're like, leave, he's coming. So what does she do? She goes back inside the house instead of jumping off. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude,
People are
and freaking Busta Rhymes puts on the Michael Myers costume, and they can't tell it's him. I'm like, dude, look at his hands. They're black. I'm like, you can't tell? What the fuck?
Dude,
Yeah,
closely too, some of his dreads are sticking out.
yeah.
It's like a Predator's wearing the fucking Michael Myers mask, dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like eating stuff in the wall or something?
What the fuck? This movie sounds so weird. What the
No,
fuck?
they find like this little area Michael Myers has been in. There's like dead animals and shit.
What the fuck?
Wow.
He had he had like a mattress on the floor.
Wow.
How many Halloween movies are there?
There are 8, I want to say.
There is 8. 8? No, wait, 5.
There's 8, right? And then the 2 Rob Zombie films.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
seven?
what,
I wanna
now?
say
Todd confirmed there's a
Halloween.
new Halloween movie coming out.
5, Halloween, H2O. Is it 7?
I thought it was 8.
It could be 8. I could be wrong. Which one am I missing? It is 8, I think.
Clearly,
Which
we're
one
math.
Which one am I missing? Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5. Oh, okay, never mind. I was missing out on the Paul Rudd one. Halloween 6.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man fighting Michael Myers.
Alright, so it's time to rustle some jimmies. Do you guys think this house, with Murdy and Chris Williams taking into consideration all the shortcomings from 2009 and all the shortcomings from Orlando's 2014 house, do you think this maze will be better than what Orlando did last year?
Oh.
That's very hard to say because one, I didn't get to experience Orlando, so therefore my opinion is going to be like seeing Hollywood's version and be like, yeah, it's better than Orlando's because based off of footage, you know, seeing it in person, completely different animal. But I feel like just being fair here, I think set quality, Orlando's gonna bury Hollywood. I feel like just sets are gonna be way better, and Orlando sets when they did in 2014 are gonna be better than Hollywood this year.
I think Hollywood's going to pick up their game this year, though. Honestly.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just stating that
Tristan has such a grudge for Hollywood.
I know he does. It's great.
it's not
Pretty
that
much like fuck.
bad. It's literally, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that Orlando's, just based off of pictures and video, I think it's just going to be so much better.
See, the problem with this conversation is the fact that the people that actually got to see Halloween last year in Orlando can't see Halloween this year in Hollywood, and vice versa.
Well, it's one of those rare instances, right, where you see Hollywood's 2009 maze through video.
Yeah.
And you kind of see what's going on there, and then you actually experience what Orlando did. You can see kind of that influence that Hollywood had in Orlando.
Completely agreed.
You see where Orlando is kind of like, okay, they didn't do this right, we're going to improve upon this.
What?
So do you think Hollywood's going to do that?
With Orlando's? I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I definitely think so. And this is a prime example. American Werewolf in London. You know, we did the Nazi werewolf scene better than Orlando's, in my opinion, because we looked at it and go, okay, you know, Orlando didn't do the lighting when the werewolves actually come out. The whole room lights up and makes it feel like you're getting shot up.
We also did a multi-transformation scene, too, which we only did one scene.
That's what I'm saying. So we learn from previous houses. And La Llorona in 2013 with Orlando, you know, they did Hollywood's version, and then they did, okay, they didn't do this right, we're going to do this. And I think Hollywood's definitely going to do that, for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Well, my opinion is, I definitely this year's for Hollywood's Halloween is going to be better than the 2009 version, but I think that they're going to take elements from 2009 and Orlando's from 2014 and combine them to make it good for this year's Halloween maze for 2015. So.
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult question, but I was just curious what you guys thought.
Yeah.
No, ILO's probably watching this or not going, you better say the right thing.
God.
I'm writing this guy's name down. What's his name? Tristan?
Aaron, to answer your question, though, in my opinion, I think on certain aspects, I think Hollywood will do better, and I think Orlando, there's something with Orlando that just can't be touched.
Right.
It's just Orlando just flat out did it better, where Hollywood maybe do better in Orlando in some aspects, but Orlando will do better in the others. So I think it's kind of...
Not to mention Mike is crazy for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. He will make that as identical as possible.
He has shoes. He has shoes, damn it.
You know how many people said that last year?
Does he really have shoes?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
He has Michael Myers, like, Nikes.
They're awesome, too. He was the one that took us through Halloween when we did the maze tour before we went through the house.
Shop.
If anybody is going to make Halloween as authentic as humanly possible, it's definitely going to be Orlando.
Freaking $100 for freaking Converse with Michael Myers face on them? The hell?
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. Okay, anyway, sorry.
That's true love, brother.
No, dude, freaking, it's awesome, but I'm just like, holy shit, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Hollywood will do quite well this year, though, honestly.
They will. It's going to be cool.
Well, let me ask you guys this. We saw a picture of what the facade's going to look like. Does it kind of look the same as what they did for 2009 in your guys' opinion, or no?
It's
No.
exactly the same. The problem is,
Oh, fuck.
the thing is, the house is all dilapidated, but the whole window thing, it's going to be exactly the same, in my opinion.
It looks taller, though.
Yeah.
It does.
It might be from the perspective of Parisian Courtyard, but to me it looks taller.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
Looks like a moldy and shit. Like it's...
Okay.
Yeah, no, totally.
Angel's house.
That's gonna be cool to see, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, really messed up Myers' house.
Yeah.
Like some of the windows busted out and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, to be honest, I got the vibe of like the Monster House from that
Oh,
dude, it totally
Yeah.
looks like the Monster House, dude.
I love that movie.
That movie's great.
It's such a good movie, and like I got a vibe of that for some reason. I really did. It got that like creepy, eerie house, and I think that's super cool.
I can see that.
I can see that too.
So something a lot of people have been pointing out in the forums about this year's lineup, particularly with Hollywood, is that it has a lot of paranormal aspects to it in all of its mazes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have Insidious, we have Crimson Peak.
What?
Victor's fucking laughing. I know exactly what.
Steve Buscemi. You said Monster House. I was thinking of Steve Buscemi running out yelling at you.
And you have to say, dude, when you showed like the concept
Never a
of
cracker.
the facade, it was Monster House.
I can see that.
It was.
Gonna save the fat lady in there and throw dynamite down the chimney, Tristan.
Yeah, that's true.
Such a great movie.
Yeah, I missed Chowder, dude. Chowder was the
Pissing in bottles.
dude. Yeah.
Uh,
I can see Tristan being that cop that just like the rookie cop that just rolls on the lawn for no reason,
Dude, every single
giving him
day.
signs. What are you doing? Oh,
No, dude, I'm the babysitter's boyfriend, dude. Yeah, bruh.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me ask you guys, Tristan and Aaron. Do you think John Murray gave us enough information about the Halloween house, or do you think he took a long time talking about the old house from 2009, or do you think it was an equal balance?
I think he was being as vague as possible, while at the same time kind of assuring fans that what we're going to see this year is not the 2009 house.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's your opinion, Tristan?
Wait, what?
Swoogity coming for that booty.
Wait, what?
My question was, do you think at ScareL.A when during the Halloween
Oh,
party?
okay, I know. I already know your question. To be honest, I feel like I want to know more about the house, but you can't go too much in detail without giving everything away.
True.
And the panel is not really about giving away everything. It's more of like giving some behind-the-scenes details and kind of giving the backstory about why he chose to do this property and things like that. Now, here's the thing. It's been done in the past, so what else can you key on? Do the new things. That's the thing. I feel like he only focused on what is going to be improved, talking about the paranormal aspect and things like that, because that's all you can talk about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Because it's been done in the past, so I mean, what else can you say? Michael Myers is going to be coming, and that's it. Like, you can't really go out on so much. So, I think that's why Murdy didn't give too much, but I wanted him to give more because, in my opinion, I felt like the panel was kind of blah because I didn't get enough information.
Because you knew enough going in. That's the problem.
I knew a lot, so I think that's why it kind of ruined the aspect because obviously all of us know right now in this chat that Halloween was going to be announced.
Yep.
that's true.
We already knew. So therefore, it took away the fun aspect, and I guess that's kind of my fault for kind of being involved. So, you know, I don't know.
Well, Tristan, here's my question to you. I know it never would have happened given where they were, because ScareL.A wouldn't have made any sense. But let's say, for sake of argument, Murdy just pulled a fast one and announced the outside the box property at ScareL.A. Would you have had more of a response to that?
Well, I would have been kind of bummed because I pretty much confirmed it in a video I did for ScareL.A. I was like, yeah, Halloween's being announced for sure, bruh. And so burnt. I literally have been so pissed.
It's all about our egos, Tristan. That's all it is.
I know, but no lie though, honestly, I would have been actually pretty stoked if he would have announced the outside the box property because I think it would have threw everybody off.
Exactly.
I would have been pissed, but I would have been like, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. You threw us off.
And here's my opinion. I thought the panel was just right, but I do agree with you, Tristan. I wanted to hear a little bit more about this year's Halloween, but then he would have been giving away too much information. So I think we just got a right information, and it's now got our interest to go for the maze to see what new stuff is going to be in there. So
Yeah, but I mean, like, I know like a lot of people were expecting a lot more information, like when they did Insidious announcing a ScareL.A Werewolf. They gave so much information because there were new properties that have never been featured at the event before.
right.
And you can say more stuff about those because they're unknown commodities.
Well, it's exactly. So,
Right.
you know, I feel like that's the reason why we didn't get a lot of information about Halloween. And again, it's been done in the past.
Right.
So, I mean, how much can you say about something that's been done before?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's why they really went on, like, the history of Halloween and the history of the mask, of Michael Myers' mask, and I really think, they wanted to talk about that because, obviously, you're stating that the masks didn't look right. Obviously,
Right.
Rudy knows that because he stated it on the panel.
Right.
So I think that was really interesting to me, to see Murdy talk about that and say that I'm pretty sure we nailed it. Like he's feeling very confident,
No, I want to bring up the Q&A, the small Q&A. Do you think people asked some really good questions, or do you think, like, these were answers that we already knew?
A lot of softballs, just like always.
Okay. What did you think, Victor?
Think of what?
Oh shit! You called him Victor. That was the first time you ever called him that. That was so awkward. Okay, anyway, sorry. I was not prepared.
What
Go
ahead.
about the Q&A that John Murray gave for a little bit of time. Do you think
the 5 questions?
Yeah.
Just like what Owen said,
Okay.
pretty much.
What did you think, Tristan or Aaron?
All the questions kind of sucked.
Yep, softballs, just things we already knew.
Yeah.
Well, can we talk about one thing that I thought was really funny?
Uh-oh.
Justin, his question.
I'm completely under the bus. Hold on.
Oh, commence tossing under the bus.
Okay.
That's the big rig coming through right there.
Right up the ass.
Go on, James. What were you saying?
All right, I thought that was the most stupidest question I have ever heard. His question was,
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
He's not on your Christmas card list this year.
Blacklist.
James, what was the question he asked again? I totally
What
forgot.
was I gonna do?
he said, why did you choose to announce Halloween at ScareL.A?
What
Really?
was the answer?
John Murray said,
He was curious.
Well, I mean, in his defense, though, minus the whole idea of Pasadena giving it away, but the whole thing is like you have other properties like Crimson Peak. Why didn't he announce Crimson Peak at ScareL.A? Why didn't you do Walking Dead? Why didn't you do Insidious again? Like, in his defense, I feel like his question was valid.
Mm.
But I feel like it was a dumb question to ask because the answer was already given. It literally is in Pasadena. Like, it literally confirmed it. And I'm not saying anything bad about the person. Like, the person's, I'm not saying I'm just saying that in his defense, I think his question was valid, though.
Yeah.
No, I do agree, but I'm just saying,
Well, a lot of people were asking questions that weren't even related to Halloween, like, to be honest.
No,
Like,
I want to bring up the one question that I really thought was interesting when the guy asked, the difference between the Rob Zombie and the original Halloween, that question.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
If he likes Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah. I want to get your guys'
I think, again, these are questions that are, like, valid, but I just don't feel like they were necessary questions to ask.
Yeah.
That's the problem I was having. I didn't feel like asking what about Rob Zombie's version? Like, Murdy even kind of avoided that question, to be honest. To be fair, he was trying to avoid it as best as possible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He really was. He was like, yeah, I mean, Williams is like, yeah, you
We
know, he did a completely twist, a modern version, just like Rob Zombie would. Um,
That
I
was
just
fun.
it's different, okay?
They had nice sets.
I just like the fact that the first thing he says was, "Well, we know Rob," and that was the first thing that was said.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the wall.
We know Rob.
The wall of masks were nice. That was nice.
Yeah.
I like
mean,
how
we're-
Chris Williams was like, well, he did what Rob Zombie would do.
Fucked it up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I think we've pretty much covered everything, but just to ask one final question. You know, now that we have more information on Halloween, and with the other mazes announced thus far, what do you guys think will be the best house, and what house are you most looking forward to currently?
Give me a second.
For Hollywood?
Yes. So with the houses announced, it's The Walking Dead, Halloween, Crimson Peak, and Insidious.
Halloween. Gotta go with Halloween.
James?
I actually have to say I'm looking forward to seeing all of them equally.
There's not one where you're like, I really, really want to see this.
Okay, you have 1 hour to wait in line. You only can go through one more maze before the night's over, to end your night proper. Where would you want it to be?
Halloween.
Good way. That's a good way.
The bathroom.
The bathroom line.
Yeah, I would do Halloween.
I'd do Crimson Peak.
Really?
I'm more interested in that one currently.
All right, what about you, Tristan?
Um,
Oh, no.
I don't know. I definitely want to say Crimson Peak as well, to be honest, because here's the thing. I think it's going to be the most detailed house in Hollywood this year.
That's true. Yeah.
I really think, and even Murdy was kind of tweeting about Crimson Peak is like gonna kick his ass. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
Exactly.
Owen and Victor.
I think that's kind of where I stand.
Owen and Victor. I know you guys can't visit the event, but what are you guys most excited to see from Hollywood? From what they've announced.
Halloween.
This is the end. What?
Oh god.
Tristan. Shh.
Yeah, that's funny because I would probably say the same if it was
What
announced.
fucking
but-
cannibals?
You know, weirdly, I'm going to surprise everyone, and I'm going to say I'm curious to see what you guys do with The Walking Dead this year, given the fact that it's going to be the longest house in the history of your event, and I'm really curious to see how it measures up to what we did with ours last year.
All right. Well, Owen's never going to be on this podcast again.
Honestly, truthfully, Aaron, my answer is something that hasn't been announced yet. I'm really curious to see how that goes off.
The out-of-the-box property.
That is correct.
Oh my god.
I'm really curious to see, because that's a sink or swim right there, honestly.
That's true. Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting live stream when that's announced.
Oh, totally.
It is going to be.
Can't wait to read the comments on that.
I can't wait.
So thank you everybody who tuned in with us tonight. We all very much appreciate it. You know, we all do this for fun and all, but you know, for you to take the time out of your day to come listen to us, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Thanks to all the fans that are listening right now.
let's just go with our guests right now. And Owen, where can these lovely people find you on the internet?
You can find me on YouTube at Sir Owen Disney, tweet me at Sir Owen Disney. You can find us on moviepilot.com at Sir Owen Disney. Pretty much Sir Owen Disney everywhere you look. I will be doing a Halloween Horror Nights podcast of my own in the very near future with pretty much everybody on this chat right now and a couple special guests.
Should be fun.
As always.
You're doing a wrestling podcast tonight, right?
In about an hour.
Sweet.
See, there you go. Wrestling fans, go head over to Owen's channel.
There's a link on my Twitter.
James, where can these people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at HN Updated One. They can also find me on Snapchat at HN Updated One /HHN, and also they can find me on Instagram as well at HN Updated One /HHN.
And of course, the final slut of them all. I'm just kidding. Tristan, where can these people find you?
Fucking whore.
I love those comments, dude. I feel like those are the comments I get on my videos all the time. You fucking whore. Anyway, okay. You can find me on YouTube at HHNFan16. You can follow me on Twitter at HHNFanboyIce. And that's it.
Oh, I forgot to mention you can also find me on YouTube at HN Updated as well.
Or you can just say you can click the link of my name on YouTube that I'm chatting on.
I didn't mention the app either.
Gosh, dang it, dude.
So,
you shitballs.
is a fancy with his technology, and he has an app on iTunes, I believe.
Correct.
They're all over.
How can people find your app, Owen?
Just go to iTunes and search Sir Owen Disney. It's just the same picture that I have on Facebook. It's a picture of me with Bill and Ted from last year's Horror Nights. That will change soon because Aaron is designing our new logo, and once that logo goes live, that will be the image we use.
Yeah, buddy.
Make sure to give it a good reputation.
Shameless.
Download the app and make sure to give it like 5 stars. I give it
Yes.
a 6-star, but
Well, John
I
Murdy
gave it- I
just
gave it a
tweeted
6-star,
something.
dude. But make sure
That Murdy just said, in the middle of casting pre-production for our Terror Tram film shoot, hoping that property gets released later this week.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
That's going to be interesting.
That is.
Should I cue the siren? Should I cue the siren?
And of course, you can find Victor and I at Horror Nights Updaters. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter,
Yeah.
we're on YouTube, and we actually have a new Instagram account, so you should go follow that.
Sweet.
We post cane nudes every other week.
And they have daily Mexican cooking with Angel Panetta. He posts pictures of chocolates.
That's funny.
Oh shit!
It's coming! It's coming!
Oh no.
The Purge.
Haven't done an original film shoot for the Terror Tram in a few years. Fun to get back to that. Ton of work, but I think it'll be worth it.
Oh.
That should be fun.
All
Alright.
I hear is the chainsaws and the siren.
But
Everybody, see you next time.
later, peeps.
Later, guys.
Catch you later, audience dudes.
69.
Rock on, dude!
The Purge.